here and you've never seen one of my videos before, I would say I'm a pretty decent shooter, good shooter compared to most people. Like at one point I was shooting 68% from the three, and that's just on this build, my 6'5". Mind you, I only have a 93 three ball. I don't have like a 99 three ball or anything crazy. And on my 7-footer with only a 76 three ball, I was shooting like 63% from the three, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna give out some of my jump shots for my 6'5" guards, the 6'4" guards, even though I really don't show gameplay on it, the small builds, pre-SS3 jumpers, and then the jump shots for the bigs and the poppers. I don't have my face cam on today because my eyes doing the twitching thing. You know, I have benign fasciculation syndrome, but I'm stop wasting time. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe. And first, let's go ahead and get into my 6'5" jump shot, the jumper you always see on all my builds. Let's get it. All right, so with this jump shot, I've literally been using it since season 1. Right after people found out about the Ray Allen base, I used to use that. I was like, you know what? People don't use Kyle Korver. They only use his releases. I'm gonna try out his base. And ever since I tried it out, I've been using it. Every build that I have that's 6'5" and taller and can get it has that base on. So like in this gameplay, you're seeing my 6'8", you're seeing my 6'5s, my 6'6s. You're seeing all these builds, they have the requirement to get the base. Some builds I rhythm shoot with it, some builds I just hold square. It's easy to time regardless what you prefer. And I'm not gonna say it's like a holy grail jump shot or something, but like I do hit a lot of yellows. I don't know if that's just like me timing it good every time, or like if it's the jumper itself. I don't hit a lot of reds, like I don't be falling on the ground a lot. I do hit them occasionally, but the yellows, I hit a lot of yellows. And then catch and shoots should always be automatic regardless your jump shot. And when it comes down to learning the cue for a jumper like this, I don't even think it's very hard. Now I will say the requirement for this is a 91 midi or 3-pointer, but if you're a guard on this game, majority of the time you can meet that requirement, so it's not too hard to get on a guard. And also, this is one of those jumpers where you don't have to be a SS4 where it's not locked behind a rep or anything. You can just get it off rip if you have that requirement. So as long as you're 6'5", have a 91 midi or 3 ball, you can use it. Now to wrap up some of these clips, you know, I just want to show little catch and shoots here and there, little contested shots here and there, deep range bomber shots here and there. I'm going to show you that I shoot literally everything. It's not about to get into the animations, go over the releases, I already told you the base, and how many ticks it takes to get the right cue that I use. All right, so when it comes down to it, the base is clearly Kyle Korver, and all you need is a 91 3 ball or midi, like I said, and at least 6'5" and 6'10". A lot of people are gonna skip over that part. You have to be at least 6'5". This is not my small guard jump shot. All right, so Kyle Korver base, and then both the releases just Oscar Robertson. And with Oscar Robertson's his requirements, I think you just have to be under 6'10". I think that's the only requirement. So try to find it. I wish you could search up names. I don't know why Tuka never added that. Here we go, Oscar Robertson. Yeah, all you got to do is literally be under 6'10". That's how you get it. So both the releases big O. And now for the visual cue, I say this all the time. If you really want your jump shot to change, you have to switch this. If you go into controller settings, right, and you try to go to options, whatever, boom, and you put on release, push, set point, that's not gonna actually change your jump shot timing. This does not matter. The only game modes this affect is like play now, my team, those game modes. This does not affect part. So I could be using jump, but have my ticks all the way towards release in the jump shot creator. And the only thing that I'm gonna be timing is going to be the release. So the amount of ticks that I am into my bar is, I'm pretty sure it's either 12 or 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So see, it's like 12 or 13. I normally tell people just 13. So like as soon as the meter hits the push bar like that, boom, go up 13 ticks. And then with the release speed, you know, you want to max it out. Animation blending, since it's the same release, it doesn't matter, right? It's not going to affect it. It's the same release. And as you see, the release height is just an A, defensive immunity is A-, release speed's fully A+, timing stability is B+. I really don't think most of those matter. I really only think release speed and kind of release height matter. The defensive immunity and timing stability, you could really have those in like C and still green up like crazy. That's just how 2K works. But that's a jump shot for all my 6'5" builds and up, or 6'5" builds and up that have the 91 midi or 3 ball. Now I'm gonna get into my popper jump shot, the tall builds, the 7-footers I can shoot, and show some clips on some of those builds. All right, so with the footers, bro, what people like to do is sit paint against you because the shooting in this game is very hard. So they'll just force you to shoot the whole game. So you need a good jump shot. Actually, my mods put me on this base, Godly. His name is Godly. And after I start greening a couple shots, they start respecting that jumper. They start guarding me again. So it's really annoying that shooting is like that in this game, that like you dead, that people can literally just sit paint and it's considered good defense. But I mean, you got to show people, hey, you can shoot. They got to respect your jumper. And so I use it on my ones builds or my 7-foot ones builds, my actual popper that I play twos with, like whenever I'm playing with Sed or with guards on stream. And it's been doing me pretty good. Like I said, I literally got all my hotspots in lethal zones from strictly playing park in theater in ones. And I said this in the build video too. Like I did not play any or do any of the lethal shooter drills. And it's funny because they actually patched that little glitch you could do, which really sucks because it was a really good and efficient way to get hotspots. But I shot good enough to the point I didn't even need to play my career or anything. So it's a good jump shot for me. Hopefully it's a good jumper for you. And let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so with my big man's jumper, the base is Andre Drummond, which might catch you by surprise. The release 1 is Mike Muscala, and the release 2 is PJ Tucker. And so with these animations, I guess, the base, you only need, I want to say it's like a 48 3 ball or something. What is it? 46 midi and a 46 3. Like, come on, bro. Anyone can get this, but you have to be at least 6'10". So this is for my bigger poppers. I'm not really gonna show my small popper builds because I don't really like using them, but I do use Jarrett Culver, just letting you know. So Andre Drummond base, Mike Muscala. Once again, you don't have to have like a high 3 ball or anything. I think you just have to be above 6'10". So let's see. Is it? Yeah, you just have to at least be 6'10". Boom. And as you see, the defensive immunity, release speed, timing, all that stuff's A or B plus, A plus, and A. That's very good. And then for release 2, PJ Tucker, I think you just have to be at least 6'5". Like it's like actually not even attribute requirement. So let's see. Yep, just at least 6'5". Boom. And so with the blending, you know, you want to make the speed max speed. And so with the visual cue, all right, I think I'm 26 or 27 ticks into push. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 26. So 26, 27. That's how many ticks I am in. And it seems to work good for me. You know, I haven't tried using the same amount of ticks that I use on my guards, so just using like 13 ticks. I might try that out. But with the blending, just 50-50, nothing crazy. And the full requirement for the jump shot, at least 6'10", and you just need either a 69 midi or 3 ball. And if you're a popper or footer, you probably have that requirement. So works out for me. Hopefully you like the jumper. Now to get into my small guard jumpers, and there's 2. So with the first jump shot that I use, you don't have to be SS3. And with the second one, you do got to be SS3 or SS4, my fault, starter 4. And so I don't really have any clips on these builds or on my small builds because I don't use them that much. Only time I really use them is when I'm streaming, really playing the 1 score. I don't really play 2s on them. So I'm just gonna show you the jump shots because I really don't have many clips of the actual jumpers. All right, so when it comes down to it, it's the default jumper that pretty much everyone uses on small guards if they're not starter 4. And it's simply just Cam Thomas base, which is almost exactly like Patty. You just need an 88 3 baller midi to get it. And then Oscar Robertson for release 1, and once again, you just gotta be, I think, under 6'10" to get it. And then Curry's release, which you just have to be under 6'5". So pretty standard jump shot. And with the visual cue, I can't remember who started doing this, but someone on Twitter was like, oh, just start putting your release cue all the way to the very end whenever you have Cam Thomas on and like Oscar Robertson. And so I do that, and it's not hard to time at all. Like it's not extremely fast, it's not slow or anything. Once again, just 50-50 release time and max speed. I always do that. All you need 88 3 ball or 88 midi. You got an A plus release speed, A height, A defensive immunity, and that stuff, you know, I said I don't think it matters, but it's a good jump shot. It truly is. And so that's the jumper I was using all up until I was starter 4. When I hit starter 4 though, you know, you get Patty and you get KPJ. And so I don't like using Patty on this game. It's just untimable. It's way too fast for me. So I use Kevin Porter Jr. And I know a lot of my friends don't like using it because they say it like looks weird. I don't think it looks weird. I love this jump shot. You only need an 83 midi or 3 ball. You just have to be a starter 4. And of course under 6'5". And then once again, Oscar, Stephen Curry, max speed. But this time I use the 13 tick, just like how I use on my 6'5s. Once again, it works out perfectly fine for me. I like KPJ base. A lot of stage guards use KPJ because I'm telling you, when you use that Patty, if you don't know what Patty means, it means Patrick Mills. You know, the little guard that used to play on the Spurs. Did he play on the Rockets? What teams did he play for? I don't know. He played on the Spurs. Where's his name? Mills, Patrick Mills. When you use Patty, it's just, it's so fast. Even on release, like when you fully max it out, it's too fast for my liking. But if you can time it, it's still, you know, pretty broken. I don't think it's as broken as last year's Patty. Like you don't really see people glitch this on builds anymore just because like it's just nowhere near as good as it was last year. But if you're starter 4, try it out. Me personally, I don't like using it. And that's the jumpers, y'all. As you see, this is one of my small guards. This is my 6'4" right here. 99 overall. I'm only silver level because I really don't play on them much. And the funny thing is, this build is fully maxed. Like I have every single badge. Oh, I take that back. I don't have the cat breaker badges, but every other badge it's fully maxed. I might gotta post a video on it one day. I don't know. But if you're new to the channel, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe. Tell me if you're gonna use one of these jump shots. And shoot, even drop down recommendations for jump shots. But I'll see y'all later, man. It's been your boy GB3. Peace.